Pickaxe.
Wait, what do you mean you're listening to this on June 3rd? After my birthday on June 2nd? Are you serious? Why haven't you listened to this 5 days early with your early access over at patreon.com/castparty? Yes, we now offer early access to every single episode of Campaign 2 and our mini-series Nocturne over at patreon.com/castparty. Literally any tier gets you this early access, along with access to our community Discord filled with the most wholesome community this side of the TTRPG world, filled with almost 500 members of the cast and crew. You can also snag some behind the scenes goodies, hilarious bonus monthly one-shots, permanent merch discounts at our merch store, which is now year-round at castparty.shop, or even play one-shots directed by Colin himself. The start of a campaign is the perfect time to join, and we would love to see you there. We can't thank you enough for your support, and we cannot wait to show you what's coming next. Patreon.com/castparty. Enjoy the episode, cast and crew.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus and I will be your director for today. I am joined by Ryan McManus.
Hi, Ryan McManus, and I'll be playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of Debauchery.
Anna Brisbane.
I'm playing Lenore DeVere, Chaos Fairy, excited to push all the buttons.
Nigel Deacon.
Hiya, I'm playing Jackal Campman, the Leperin loner striving for companionship and control.
Vince Perino.
I'm playing Tevin, the mechanism of discovery, reconstructing memories one piece at a time.
Raquel Skellington.
Hi everyone, I'm playing Poppy, the tender-hearted giant.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hey everybody, I'm playing Santos, the guidance casting gate guard.
Ooh, we love the alliteration.
For now, he'll cast other spells.
Spoilers!
Or maybe not, maybe that's all he has.
Last time, we introduced our characters and saw them move through the city of Twin Rivers. Jack bringing his catches in for the day with the Nightshade Trading Company. Santos standing guard with Nightshade and then being tasked with investigating a failed kidnapping. Bjorg pushing his cart and receiving an interesting ring request. Poppy catching poor children attempting to steal her vegetables. She then handed the youngsters some food before being pushed by a man in a hurry who had a satchel that he gripped tightly. He brought that bag to awaken Tevin, the Warforged, who has little to no memories. Desmond called him brother, told him to stay put and just try to regain his memories. An explosion was heard across the city, and we jumped to Lenore, a small fairy being drowned in a fountain. She saw a tattoo of a black hand axe on this man's forearm as he lifted her out of the water. He was absolutely befuddled looking at the explosion in the sky. She wriggled free and fled her assailant while dodging the chaos that ensued in the city around her. Looking up, she saw 5 remaining celestial bodies, these man-made moons hanging high in space, as well as the debris from where the explosion occurred, where Ilos's orbital used to sit in the sky. A large chunk of debris, a meteor, fell directly in the city as each of you were drawn towards it. In the crater, you saw a dodecahedron made of metal that began spewing black smoke. It engulfed the entire area, and the townsfolk of Twin Rivers all fell unconscious, save for you 6. Each of you saw a glowing symbol of an S with a circle in the bottom curve illuminate on the back of your hands, as you each had a memory of Earth. Jack in a prison cell, Santos running to a roof, Bjorg pushing a car off a cliff, Poppy bloody in an alley, Tevin lying on a table, and Lenore sitting high atop a bridge. Each of these memories ended with you seeing a shooting star in the night sky. When those memories subsided, you all interacted with each other in this smoky landscape, trying to figure out what was going on. Santos was able to determine this object was filled with resonance and ordered everyone to back away. Bjorg eventually brought over the Stormbringer's pack, this device filled with magical lightning, and shot arcs of electricity at the object in the crater. It lifted from the ground, opened, and revealed smoke that took the form of a large dragon. The city's defense system began shooting bolts of electricity as the smoke beast fled. Each of your hands stopped glowing and revealed that same symbol was now marked into your skin, fur, and metal. Now, there is stirring all around as the people of Twin Rivers move about the city square. Many people look confused, others searching for their loved ones, others coming to the crater to see where the object that fell from the sky could possibly have gone. And so the scene is set. The question is, what will you do next?
Well, we're gonna go get it, right?
Santos hears Lenore kind of in the background, and I'm beelining to Officer Darian as you're saying that. Lenore, you could just see me run right past you almost in panic mode and going straight to the captain.
Let's go.
Hey, Lenore, I don't think that this is really our problem.
Well, let's see what is good. Where's it going? We don't know.
Well, we can't go where it's going right now. It went past the city walls.
I'll carry you.
There's life beyond the city walls.
I brought you in from out there. You don't want to go back.
I don't?
No, it's very dangerous out there. I'm really one of the only people that goes out there regularly.
Well, if you're so tough, you can bring us.
Okay, maybe let's see what the guards are saying first. I'm not opposed. I'll take people out, but it's dangerous.
Bjorg is amazed at this device, first off working by his own hand, but is also now terrified because he feels that he has caused this summoning of a big smoke dragon, and he's going to try to sneak over and just place it back on the ground next to the Stormbringer and just leave it and back away.
You start to turn towards that direction, and you come face to face with that same Stormbringer, this elven woman who has her dagger out and looked like she was coming up behind you to get her dagger towards your throat.
Oh, I shot this once, I'll do it again.
Don't move too quickly. You take that off now. You know it's illegal to touch a Stormbringer while they're on duty. The fact you didn't explode yourself and the rest of the people here is a miracle.
I'm also a little shocked, but to be fair, I didn't touch you, I touched the device.
You must have touched me to get it off of me.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
Put it down.
Do you want to take it off me because now I'm scared?
She looks at the back and it's just completely empty at this point. It's no longer a danger.
Oh, perfect. I'll just slip the backpack off, set it calmly on the ground with the hose as folded as I can over the backpack, and just take 2 steps back.
She puts her dagger away, sees that you're not trying anything, gets that backpack back on. You're lucky I'm not calling the guard on you right now.
I appreciate it.
Santos is shaking Officer Darian, saying, "You've got to call the guards."
You get over to Officer Darian and you see that he has already stood up. He was one of the first people on his feet and at the crater looking about. As you run up to him, he sees you. Santos, what happened?
Oh, that. I looked down to what was once glowing on the back of my hand. I put my other hand over it to cover it as I approach him and try to steady myself. I'm not sure, sir. I don't know. Everyone seemed to have fallen unconscious, and there was an object, and I'll point up to the sky. I believe, Ilos has been destroyed. Fell apart into pieces.
That is much grander than the issues we're dealing with here. Did you stay on your feet when that gas came out?
I did.
You see, he looks about and he looks towards the direction you came from. And what were you doing with her?
Who is he referring to?
Lenore.
What do you mean, sir?
You know she has a warrant for her arrest, do you not?
Absolutely. Of course I knew that. I look at Lenore. What's Lenore doing right now?
I'm currently trying to prove that I can carry Jack. I'm trying to lift him up. I'm like half his height almost.
I observe that for a moment, and I go back to the captain. Perhaps there's something, a mistake. I don't understand why someone as clearly misguided and harmless as she is would have a warrant.
We can speak about this later. Seems you have forgotten what has occurred. I'm going to need a full report. Anything that you saw here, where that thing went, everything. We need to figure out what happened here for the safety of the city. Report to me tomorrow morning, including your investigations. For now, I need you to help the others establish a perimeter. Anyone ask questions, just calm them down. Say everything is handled. We do not need a panic. And I don't want you hanging with her anymore.
Understood, Captain.
He's starting to gather up people to start establishing that perimeter.
Great. I'm going to keep a lookout. I want to see if anybody does end up going towards Lenore.
Where are Poppy and Tevin?
Poppy is just standing there like idle animationing. She's bewildered and confused. Oddly seems a little shy. Certainly is standing out. She's been looking at her hand and like rubbing it back and forth. She gave up trying to wipe off the thing on her hand and is just kind of retracing it, looking a little shocked.
It's cool, huh? Fly right up to Poppy. It's like we got matching friendship tattoos.
That's not what came to my mind, but I think that's a far more positive way to think about it.
We're the chosen ones.
Or part of a gang.
A chosen gang? Whatever you want to call it.
How did you... Listen, little one. You seem to have kind of an idea of what this might mean, what's going on. Do you recognize the symbol from somewhere? Does it mean something else than being chosen?
No. I mean, it's an S. I recognize that much. Maybe it means we're the super friends.
Okay, I'm not... I'll be honest. I'm not really one for getting into big adventures. I've lived kind of a simple life, and frankly, I'm not really sure what to do.
You're in it now.
Poppy looks down at her thin shoes and kicks her foot like a, oh, darn it kind of vibe. I heard some commotion about you over there with the guards. What did you do?
With the guards?
Listen, I'm no snitch.
I don't know the guards.
But they seem to know you.
I'm going to hop onto Tevin's shoulders, and I'm eye level with everyone now. That's kind of the...
It may be because you're kind of like contraband in the city, like you're in here illegally a little bit. So that might be why.
Illegally?
Why aren't I allowed?
Well, you don't have any paperwork, and you just kind of appeared one day.
Where do you get paperwork?
Did we not all appear just today?
No, Tevin, you are... We've been here for a little bit.
Does Tevin have paperwork?
That's a great question.
Do I have paperwork? Poppy starts, like, looking in her bag.
I imagine that if you've been living in this city for a while, you probably have paperwork. Tevin, I don't know where he's from. Maybe he's a baby. I don't know.
Are you a baby?
I am from down the road.
When were you born?
Looks in the direction of his home. About how long it takes for 100 steps.
Oh,
he's a newborn.
he's a baby.
Wow, consciousness is crazy.
All that to say, we got you into the city so that you'd be safe from the outside, but if you are not invited, and as far as I know, that's all you did, but maybe you've done more. I didn't see you after the last time, so...
So you got me in here?
Yeah, but maybe don't tell people that. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, I'm great at keeping secrets.
Did you smuggle in the tooth fairy?
That is correct.
It must have taken a lot of steps.
I'm gonna go towards the group. Is everybody else there? Where's Bjorg? Did you get the hell out of here?
No, he's still around, though he is making his way towards the group, but picking up like trails of candy as a kid, but it's just moon debris, or so he thinks, along the way.
Bjorg, as you're looking, just in general, give me perception.
I have guidance still. Is it a D4, Santos?
It is a D4.
14.
You're able to find a couple good chunks. As you do so, none of them are metal. They're rocks. They are more organic. The only metal piece was the dodecahedron.
Curious. After just getting a handful, I open the suit jacket pocket and just shove them into my inside pocket, and I'll waltz up to the group. If that's where I see Santos going.
Yeah, I'm going to meet them. Jack, I'm going up to you. Look, they're establishing a perimeter. I think they're going to be looking to point some fingers. One of us is going to be the likely candidate. So here's the thing. We need to have a conversation, and it can't happen here. We all need to get out of here now.
I was thinking the same thing.
We should follow the dragon.
But what is the problem with pointing fingers? Can we not all do the same? Point one finger up at his shoulder to where Jackal is. No harm.
True.
Right. We'll explain what that means a little bit later. It's just that all of them, and I'm going to point towards the guards, they're going to start pointing fingers probably at us, and especially at you. And I point to Lenore. That's not going to be good, because when they start pointing fingers, the people that get pointed at tend to get in trouble.
All right, you don't have to tell me twice. I don't want to get in any type of trouble. Poppy looks really uncomfortable with the thought of that. Just tell me where I should go and I'll go.
We should probably plan to talk about what happened here, right? That seems like a good idea.
We are a little linked now. Bjorg raises his fist.
Yeah.
I jump in front of you and I cover it. No. No one should see what's on your hand.
Right. I should probably keep that away.
Why?
Because we don't know what it means yet.
It proves that we're special.
All we know is that it makes us marked in a way that I don't think people might like. Let's just keep that between us for now.
We have to be inconspicuous.
Why does it matter if they're jealous?
They're not going to be jealous, they're going to be curious and wonder why that all of us have something that's linked to our bodies the second that this thing showed up and impacted the earth, that we all got these random marks.
Good point, fancy talking.
That's okay, I'm curious too.
They're curious for much different reasons.
Jack, get him out of here. This conversation can't happen here in front of everybody else.
Where are we meeting?
Poppy's wrapping her hand.
Let's meet at the Finger Trap tomorrow. It's a bar that's in the seedier part of town. They don't ask questions there. Let's go for a late lunch.
What am I supposed to do until then? I'm just gonna collapse onto the floor dramatically.
Go home.
Lenore, I will show you to your house.
I have a house?
Pretend to steal my bag so it doesn't look like I'm just walking with you.
Oh great, add another thing to the warrant.
Give me that. I'm gonna try to take your bag.
Okay, now run down that or fly down that street.
Ah! Scream and fly down the street.
Hey, get back here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a late lunch. Wear your Sunday best, and I'll sprint off.
Sunday best.
Poppy has taken little shoe shining rags in her cobbler's pouch. She takes one out and she actually just wraps her hand with the mark so that it looks just like she has an injury on her hand rather than any type of strange mark.
Are there still people waking up? Are there bodies on the ground, or is everybody up by now?
Everybody's pretty much up by now, and it's more just the guards creating a perimeter around this thing.
Tevin's just going to go up to the closest person to me that's not part of the group. I'm just going to point my finger at them till they turn around and look at me.
You see what normally is the biggest person in the room, half-orc man. Yet you stand a massive 7 foot tall. It's almost like when you just can feel someone staring at you, he's standing here, gathering his things, almost shivers and turns around. Huh? You fall from the sky?
You are not brother. Do you know where brother is?
What? I don't have any brothers.
Do you have my memories?
No.
I see. Where is your modification? And I'll hold up my hand to show the new marking.
What are you talking about, big guy?
You are no use to me. Thank you. And I will walk and go to the next closest person and do the same exact thing.
I'm gonna lean my head over to Santos. We should stop him, shouldn't we? You're the guard.
My attention is on the guard captain, so you can sort of take me by surprise. I expected everybody to leave. Stop who from what?
Oh, sorry, I don't know where I'm staying tonight, so I'm lingering. Tevin, the robot man, is showing off his, his hand, I should specify.
Oh God.
Oh boy. You get a really interesting look. Okay, I'm gonna find Tevin. Okay, big guy, sir, come with me, please, and I'm just gonna gently start to guide you away.
Have you found my brother?
I have not.
Oh, so you have my memories.
No, we don't, but there is a guard. I'm going to say it loud enough. There is a guard, Linnea, who's now working also double duty as an investigator. She's going to be taking a report on your behalf, so if you're missing your brother, you can speak to her, and we will get a description, and we will find him, and just come with me. And I'm going to try to have a little bit of a diversion in case anybody was weirded out by what you were doing.
You'll notice it is really hard to move him. He's just standing still, not doing anything that you want. But then he notices when you go to move him, like push him a little bit more, the marking on your hand, the eye gets a little bit brighter, and then he'll just follow very easily with whatever you want.
I can't remember your name again. What was it? Don't want to keep calling you big guy.
I am told it is Tevin.
Tevin. Do you remember our other fellows that stayed up on their feet? Do you remember the young fairy? She said we're the chosen ones, right? Something special about us, and sometimes when there's something special about us, it means that we gotta just keep it amongst ourselves for a little while. Don't go showing other people what you have on your hands for now, okay?
You mean this? And he'll pull out his gun from his forearm.
Yeah, well, that too. Maybe not that right now. That's gonna scare people. Maybe just, where's your home? 100 feet behind you? Behind us?
This way. And he'll just turn straight to where the home is and start walking that way.
Okay, that's good. I back up and I let him walk away.
Poppy's already slipped away. Y'all didn't even notice. She's gone. She is trying to be very unnoticed, even though she's very noticeable, trying to be as unnoticeable as she can be.
You have nowhere to go? What would you normally have done tonight if this was not what happened? I know I'd be at the tavern.
Same here. I would have popped myself in and found a bed. I had a pretty good day today, so I just have to check on my cart, make sure no one stole anything, and then hunker down for the night.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna do what I would have normally done, so, I'm just gonna get myself a drink at the tavern and just have a normal rest of my day.
Good luck with that. If you have any recommendations, I'll take any.
Thanar's Tavern. That's the place to go if you want a drink. So if you need that, which I'm sure we all do, then maybe I'll see you at Thanar's. I start to look back away from Jorg. Just try to have a normal night. Just do whatever it is that you would have done if none of this ever happened. And then I just walk away.
Let's jump back to Lenore and Jack. Lenore is quickly flying away from you with your bag.
I've stolen it, and you can't have it back.
You shouldn't announce that as a thief.
I just stop and turn around. Am I supposed to be a thief right now or not? What did you want people to think? I thought you said you wanted people to think I was stealing it.
I know, but like be like a thief. Like thieves don't announce, I'm stealing.
Then no one would see me.
That's the point. We didn't want people to see you.
Oh.
This was saving my ass, not yours.
But aren't you allowed here?
I am, but I didn't want them thinking that I was helping you, so that I can continue to be allowed here, and eventually we can get you to be allowed here.
So do you want your bag back or what?
Yes, please.
Throw it at you.
Catch it and lithely throw it on my back.
So do I own this house or am I renting?
I think the right term is squatting?
Oh. Okay.
That's kind of a lot of our situations down in the banks.
Do you know what the squatters' rights rules are here? How long until I own it?
You know, no one's ever come to collect, so you can probably consider it yours as long as you can keep other people from coming in.
Okay.
It may be kind of a rough part of town, but everyone seems to respect each other at least a little bit.
Where is it?
Right this way.
Jack, you know her home to be not quite a home, more of a gardener's shack near an old overgrown garden. But for her, it's pretty big.
Whoa! This is cool.
It sure is home. For folks our size, it does a pretty good job.
I mean, yeah. It's like 10 times my height.
And, I mean, look at all the cool stuff that you have in there. And I'll, open the door for her.
I run in and I start playing with all the gardening tools.
You have set up in one of the corners a hammock.
Oh, I've always dreamed of having something like this. And I'll just dive into it and swing.
I'm glad that you kept some of those things that I won you. They fit well where you've got them.
What up? You what?
Yeah, like the little owl bear stuffed thingy.
You won it? Like gambling?
No, it was a carnival. We went on that date. Oh.
A date?
Yeah. I mean, it was your way of saying thank you for smuggling you in, but I still thought it was a nice gesture. Oh. I'm gonna go.
Okay, it's just, I'm kind of engaged, so it's just, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it was just like a friend date. Maybe it was a misunderstanding.
Sure. I'll, do you know where the finger trap is?
Finger trap?
I'll come by tomorrow and pick you up to meet with the others.
Okay. When is a late lunch? That was kind of vague.
When the sun's highest is a little bit after that, right?
A little bit after that.
So I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. I'll be here.
Have a good night, Lenore.
Jackal will walk out and close the door behind him and big breath and walk home.
Jack, what's your home like?
So it's like underneath a bridge, also in the banks. It's under a large bridge. I have been picturing a tree house, but built into the bottom side of a bridge. So it's like slats and boards that were slapped together. Doesn't look super safe or put together, but it hasn't fallen yet. And it's high enough where I can jump up to it, but anyone else would have trouble getting there. So I've got like my little bed and my little lockers that have stuff in there and a place where I hang up any meats that are drying. A spot for eggs. Right next to my bed, there is one particularly large egg. It doesn't look like it's going to hatch or be used for food. It's just sitting in its own special place near the bed.
Bjorg, you're just going to find a tavern for the night?
I would go back to my cart just to make sure everything's in order, make sure Corvus is still good to go, and then knowing that I had a pretty good day and that guy paid me half up front, 2 gold is nothing to scoff at. So I would wheel my cart to one of the, I want to say like middle to upper class districts, find a tavern there just to, after today, treat myself a little bit, make sure I get a good night's rest, and then get back to it tomorrow.
You find one that's pretty nice. They even let you put your cart in one of their like stable spots where you'd normally like house a horse.
There is one thing. I want to grab some of my parchment that I usually use for like writing receipts or taking down measurements, anything like that. And I want to bring that up to my room in this tavern. I want to make something before going to bed.
Santos, you make your way back to the Nightshade complex. This is a large area of the city primarily for Nightshade members, though other people can also come here and spend not gold, but night shillings. They use their own currency here. Something that you often get paid in. You also get paid in a little bit of gold, but it's a way to keep the Nightshade ecosystem running. And this is where Thanars is. You are able to enter. It's not nearly as lively at night as it typically would be. There are some people here. The conversations that are being had are typically more sorrowful. There's a little chuckle, happiness every once in a while. And as you walk in, you do see a corner booth that you and a bunch of your friends typically sit at. All you see is Linnea sitting here.
The entire time walking there in my mind, I'm trying to do everything as I would on a normal night. I even try to take the same path that I would have taken from coming off of being on the wall to here. So, I probably took a long way around. I walk in, I go to the bartender, I order the same drink that I get every time. Just a really dark brown ale. I pick it up and I sit where I always sit in that booth. So, if it's like next to Linnea that I always sit, then even though there's probably all that room around the booth, I'm going to sit exactly right next to Linnea. Right where I always sit. And make sure to cover my hand. Where is everybody? What's going on? We're supposed to be here with our friends.
You say that, and you look at Linnea. Her eyes are red. She has obviously been crying. It's not a normal night here.
I'm aware of that, yeah. But what happened to them? I didn't see any bodies. I thought everybody was just asleep out there. I didn't think there were any casualties.
There aren't. At least I hope not. Everyone just turned in for the night after a big scare. I was waiting here for you to make sure you were okay. I fell to the ground, and when I awoke, you were not next to me.
I don't know why there's a part of me that is just wanting to assume the worst right now, and I don't know why I jumped to such a dark place. Of course they're safe, of course they've gone home, of course. They just needed an early night.
You have given me time to think. She looks up at the ceiling, but you know truly she's looking up into the sky. She could still be alive? Maybe she made it out. Maybe she's with the twins. Or Stratton. She could have made it out. How could this have happened?
Hey, maybe this is just some really bad dream, right? Linnea, before you go, thank you for waiting for me. And I can tell that you want to leave. I'm afraid, I'm not as well versed in the realm above as you are. I do pay my respects to them in my own way, but does this make any sense to you?
No, not all of the demigods get along. But just because they don't get along, they've never attacked each other.
I'm finishing my beer. Linnea, let me walk you out.
I will be okay if you could do something else for me. I think I'm going to take the day off tomorrow. If you could inform Officer Darian. And she pulls out her notes from the investigation. I think I just need a day to myself.
I'll make sure they get where they need to go.
I wish they were better. But we're doing something good with this. And you can see as you go to grab the paper, she's holding on to it. We can help people, just like Ilos wanted. She lets go of that paper as you bring it in.
I will take that, and I'll get up.
She looks down, sees that you finished your ale, and she just downs the last little bit that she had, puts the mug down, and stands up with you.
I take the empty mug that you just put down and mine. Before we can do any good for others, we gotta do a little bit of good for ourselves. Get some rest, Linnea. Hey, of the others that are up there, which one is the enemy? Which one would come for Ilos?
If I had to guess, Necros. He is known as the sinner.
You need to rest. I'll make sure these get where they need to go, just like I promised.
She follows you out. I'll see you for the next investigation. She goes one way and you go another. You know that this complex is large, has a bunch of different buildings, things like small gardens, things like taverns and markets where you use these night shillings, but they also give you your own room. They are incredibly small, simple beds, a small dresser next to it, basically just a row of these rooms. They typically have pretty thin walls, so sometimes it's hard to sleep, depending on how loud your neighbors are.
I'm going to look out the window, up into the sky. I want to look at where Ilos was. Then I want to look at what Necros is. Observe that for a moment, wondering if they can observe us back.
Poppy, you've returned back to the banks, you've snuck away from the group, and you're moving to the farm. You have been working at this farm for some time, since you first arrived in Twin Rivers. You know this farm is pretty special because it is the only farm that is actually within the city walls. Many other farms sit just outside the walls and are a bit more exposed to the residents and the outside world, but here you have that fully encased by the walls with that defense system and everything on top. There are a few buildings here, as well as a few fields of crops. You hear the trickling of water to your right. You see a flooded field of crops. It pulls in water from the Castor River that moves through the city. This farm is fairly scary to walk through at night, especially with how dark it is here. Many people would say you are brave even going near this farm, because there are horrible stories of monsters and ghosts that haunt the fields and live in the buildings. People have not so lovingly deemed the farm the Wraithwood. Ahead of you, the main farm building lies, and you see a single light flickering in the upstairs window. Some being casts a shadow on the drapes, though it does not deter you from moving forward. You're able to enter the building from the main floor. Quaint little farmstead. It's completely dark, but with your elven eyes, you're able to see enough to move through this front room and to a small door where you open it. This is your room, Poppy. What's it look like on the inside?
Pretty simple. You know, it has a single bed in the corner by a window. She collects little trinkets. And there's a lot of stains on the floor from, like, leather handling, or leather dyeing, like shoe dyeing. She has a bunch of pairs of shoes, unfinished, finished, polished, all sorts of different styles all over the place. It's almost as if she just makes them if she's bored. On the side of the bed, there's a little nightstand, but it's really nothing fancy. It's more like a board with some thick sticks as legs. On top of that is a dragon chess set. It looks like it's been in use, perhaps a game she's been playing with herself. In another corner, there's miscellaneous buckets, tools, and a hook above them where a boomerang lives, where she places her boomerang every night. It's a pretty simple and unassuming room with also a scrap of fabric upon the window, as well as if she could, like, pull it to get light and cover it at night. Poppy walks into the room and she sits on the side of her bed, takes out her hair tie and lets her navy hair loose upon her shoulders and just runs her hands through it. Like a really frustrated attitude, unwraps her hand and throws the scrap into the bucket across the room, just stares at this mark on her hand. She closes her eyes and there's an 11 in between her brows as she takes deep breaths and says to herself, "It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Nothing is going to happen like it did once before. Everything's going to be okay." And as she breathes out, she looks over at her dragon chessboard and moves a pawn up against a knight. Has she go check on Pop? She goes out of the room, calls up and says, "Pop," knocks on the wall. "I'm sorry, I'm back. Did you see what happened in the sky?"
You hear a loud creak from upstairs.
Made it back okay.
"Yeah, I'm all right. I'm in one piece."
Get some sleep.
"I will. You just be careful out there. I know you don't leave much, but just there's some weird stuff going on. I'm not really sure what it's all about, so just keep an eye out, okay?"
Funny. Good night.
"Good night." And she shakes her head. Mind you, the door is short, so she has to, like, duck and also enter in through, like, one shoulder first to get into the room. It's a short and narrow door, and the ceilings are not very high in this place. She almost does not clear them. And she just gets into bed.
And Tevin, despite not having any memories, your ability to create new ones is surprisingly strong. You're able to completely retrace your steps. You see the front gate to this compound is closed. You start to hear from the other side some moving around in crates and the sound of a horse whinnying. Just then, you see the front gate begin to raise, and from the inside, you see Desmond in a full hooded robe atop a brown horse that has this splotch of white on its chest. As he looks up and meets your gaze. "Tevin, you were not supposed to leave! I told you to stay here! I was just coming to find you!"
I didn't mean to. I was searching for the memories like you told me to. I heard a big noise and a rumble, and thought maybe it was a memory. I did it for you.
Did you find anything?
Is this considered remembering? And I'll hold my hand up and show him the new marking.
Where did you get that? Come in. He jumps off the horse, brings the horse back to this small little stable here, and allows you inside. You enter the main building. He turns on a nearby switch, and there's a cylinder in the ceiling of this main room that fills with this white magic glow. What happened? Did you go to the meteor?
There was something in the middle of the floor, yes.
Did you fall asleep? I fell asleep when that smoke hit me.
I have been standing the entire time.
Okay, and where did this come from? And he grabs your hand and starts moving it around and looking at it.
I could not tell you.
This doesn't make sense. What did you see at the meteor?
A very interesting character with a large machine that shot at the meteor.
Okay, and anything else?
I saw some sort of reflection, and it seemed like I may have been different.
Like me? And he grabs at his skin.
I will reach up and touch where I saw that marking on my face in the reflection. Seems like it was like you, yes.
Okay, that must mean something. There are ways to get your memory back. I told you. Okay, we just need to follow this. We need to get you back into places where you might be able to get these memories again. This person, this being who had this contraption, they too were awake in the smoke?
Yes, very. Along with a few others. And they all seem to have the same sort of modification as me.
The marking?
Yes.
Okay, so I have some ideas, but it will take me a few days, but please listen to me. The other ones who are still awake, the ones who have the marking, they might be special too, like you are special. You should find them again. If being around them and that thing brought you a memory, maybe they can again. Until we can find another way.
Yes, that will be very easy. I'm told to find them in my Sunday's best.
You don't really need clothes. Until we can find another way, you hang out with these people, but you let me know every time you gain a memory. We must figure out how to get you back to me, Tevin.
Brother. Why?
What do you mean, why?
What does this all do?
It means you will be yourself again. You will know things. You will remember me. You will feel love in your heart and remember your place in this world. Doesn't that sound wonderful, Tevin?
But why can I not learn these things as I go?
You can make them anew. You will grow in both ways. But I need you as you were before. I cannot lose you, Tevin.
I can see you are saddened. Will that make you happy?
Very much so. I am happy knowing you have a memory. It is time to rest. Not sure what you need, actually, but try and rest. Your room is this way.
As you say.
And your room looks completely unfamiliar to you. Pretty small. Bed, desk, and a wardrobe. The desk is just filled with papers and more contraptions made of metal. You see what looks to be like a full metal faceplate that was being tampered with. As you settle it for the night, what are you doing?
I'm going to take just 2 bolts that are sitting on the table. I will go down onto my knees. With one hand, I'm going to reach up towards my chest and twist a little knob and pull a flap of metal down to open up a little chamber. I'm going to put those 2 little bolts into the chamber and then close it. About a minute later, I'm going to open it back up and pull out 2 bullets. I will then bring out the barrels from my forearm and pull the little flaps back from behind the barrels and put those bullets in. After I finish that, and while I'm on my knees, I'm just going to stare at the door, wait for my brother to come back.
As you do so, as you go into this mode where you are patiently waiting for that door to open, you head into your sentry mode. Your body remains ready to move. It's stiff and conserving energy, but your mind starts to drift. You begin to see images around you. You're standing in the small crater. Twin rivers all around you. City itself is quiet. No sound coming from any direction. Looking around, there's no people. No guards creating a perimeter, no people lying on the ground, none of the others with the glowing hands. The lightning encased on the walls is the only movement you see. And as you pan around, starting to look at your surroundings, you see a shocking image. It's a building, but it's not like the others around you. It's placed awkwardly within the city. Absolutely does not belong. It has a concrete pathway that runs alongside of it, and then a couple set of stones that lead to 7 wooden stairs that lead to this beautiful wraparound porch. This building is 2 stories tall. A large bay window looks out over the porch. Many large windows span the front of the house, all covered with these white curtains on the inside. And they're flanked by these light blue shutters that add some color. There are these white curtains that block the view of the inside. There's a flag holder that sits at the edge of the porch, and it holds a flag. It's primarily red and white stripes, with a part of it blue, with white stars on the inside. Single door leading inside the building from the porch. There's no light coming from this building.
I'm going to follow that up to the front entryway. I want to take the flag off. I'm going to carry it with me. I'm going to ball it up a little bit and carry it with me. Brother, are you in there? And I'll knock on the door.
And there's no response.
Are you a memory? Is this nothing but memories? I'll try to open the door.
You have to open this screen door on the outside, and as the instant your hand goes to open the door, it's locked and won't open. As you try to push it open, you see a door open, but it is Desmond coming into your room. Sleep well, brother.
You came through the door. What were you doing in there?
I was sleeping just a moment ago.
Why didn't you answer me?
Sorry, Tevin, I did not hear you call.
Why did you have a flag in front of your door?
A flag? No flag. We don't have any flags here.
Blue and white and red.
I don't know what you're talking about. Come on. I need to eat. I don't think you do, but I need to eat, and I'll tell you some stories. See if we can jog your memory. The rest of you two awaken in the morning. Santos, are you heading directly to Officer Darian's office in the morning, or do you have anything else you would like to do?
Santos wakes up with a start. Immediately in the morning, starts playing the events from the previous day back in his head. I gotta make everything happen like normal. I just gotta make everything happen like normal. Everything has to be normal. Then he's gonna get up and kind of go through meticulously his morning routine in a way that is more meticulous than he has ever done before. And with that, he is absolutely going to go and report for duty. However, he normally would.
You quickly realize as you go to get your mission for the day that Officer Darian is not here. He normally meets you out and about. He probably wants me in his office.
I have the notes that I've taken about the investigation. I have the notes that Linnea has given me. I have it all folded up and put it away, and I start to head towards my boss's office.
You have to break from this routine, and you make your way to Officer Darian. You've been here before, but not often. You have to go into this office building. Bunch of offices. He's just on the first floor. You walk down a long hallway. You eventually find his office. The door right now is open, and you can see him sitting at a wooden desk. Come in. Sit down.
Okay. Santos sits down, grips the arms of the chair to try to steady himself. His breathing is, it's fast and shallow. Captain, I don't understand. Frankly, I just feel like you got some really bad news to give me, and I don't know. I don't know. Why am I here?
I am scared for the news you will be giving me. I need to know what's been going on. I need your report. This isn't about you right now.
Right. I don't know.
Start with the investigations. We will speak about the crater in a moment.
Okay. We went to the victim's house. We acknowledged that they were that they were okay. We took down their description of the events, and it just seems like a regular old, I guess, a regular old kidnapping attempt. Was there something else that I needed to be on the lookout for? I didn't finish the investigation. I just started it. I was meaning to wait for her husband's arrival, except then this other event happened.
Continue looking for the assailants when you get time. Though I will pass most of this off to Linnea.
What do you mean?
You will be getting a new assignment in a moment.
Okay.
You see, he takes a deep breath. Be prepared and speak well.
Okay, I feel a lot of pressure.
You're looking around this room. You know that there's a door in the back of this room that you've never been in. Now that you're sitting here, he's tense in the moment, not saying anything. You notice a small flash of light that comes from underneath the door that leads to the back of this office. You see that door opens. You see a woman you have never seen before. She's a tiefling woman. She wears dark purple suit, which brings out more of the purple undertones in her bluish skin. She wears a yellow undershirt, which closely matches the color of her piercing eyes. She's got these horns that come out of the front of her head and go backwards, following the flow of her slicked back blue hair. The suit is fitted closely at the waist, accentuating her imposing figure as she walks in. Santos, this is Carmina, owner of Nightshade Trading Company.
Oh, I stand up and, as like a formality, I bow my head. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Santos, it is a pleasure to meet you. You have no need to stand.
Santos does not relax. He stays rigid.
She takes out a device from her pocket and puts it on the table.
What is that?
It's made entirely of metal, fits in the palm of her hand, and you can see she flicks a switch on it and a red light starts blinking slowly. This will just be a way we can have record of everything said here, so I don't miss anything. Is that okay with you?
Am I in trouble? What is going on? This feels like I'm being
Santos, you are not in trouble. In fact, you are.
I don't like this. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like this. I don't know what you're doing. I have been an upstanding member of this company, and I really feel like right now, like the two of you are setting me up. I'm not going to take the fall for whatever it was that happened. I don't know what happened.
Santos, we don't either. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it. This is much bigger than you or Darian or Nightshade. We need your help, Santos. We are looking to you. This is not about blaming you. In fact, you did everything correctly. But Akaria may be in danger, and you may be able to help.
I sit.
Wonderful. She leans against the edge of the desk, but stays standing. She's about the same height as you when standing, but now that you're seated, she's much taller. Santos, I need to know what happened yesterday. And I know you can't give all the answers, but anything that you do know about the object.
I know that it was full of resonance. I know that something about it, I don't know, it almost felt like it was aware of us. I thought something might have been inside it, but I might be wrong. Then smoke spread, and everyone fell around me unconscious.
We feared the object was imbued with resonance. The resonance has been actively attacking encampments all over Akaria since the explosion. Much worse than before. We had a relative handle on it, but things are getting worse. We need as much information as we can get in regards to the object. And from what I'm told, you being there, you didn't pass out when the smoke began. Why is that?
I don't know.
What did you feel when the smoke hit you?
I felt like I went somewhere else, like something was happening in my mind. I just found myself in a different place.
Were you still in control?
I was when I came back. When whatever that was stopped in my mind, all the training that I had done, it just started to kick in. I started to move around and see if anybody was hurt, and I quickly realized that the people around me were alive. They were just unconscious, and that they were going to be okay. So, yeah, I had control over myself.
There were others who also didn't pass out, correct?
Yeah.
How many?
I don't remember.
You didn't speak with them?
I spoke to a few people, yeah.
Do you remember their names?
Some of them. What do you want with them?
They may be special, like you.
I don't know. I don't think we're special. I think we just got lucky.
I don't know if we call it luck when an entire city falls asleep and a few individuals stay standing and in control. Santos, this object, whatever it was, came from Ilos' orbital. We still aren't sure what happened up there or if Ilos is still alive. Though her whereabouts wouldn't change much here on the surface, whatever was able to destroy the orbital must have been very powerful. So we need to know what these objects are. Whether they came from the orbital or from whatever destroyed it. Whether they are all infused with resonance, or if they're dangerous in a different way. We must know anything we can. This could be an attack on all life across Akaria. Another one of these comets was seen landing just west of our position outside the walls of Twin Rivers. We need it. Whatever it is. We must find it so we can study it and see what Akaria might be in store for. She scoots down the desk, moving directly in front of you, between you and Officer Darian. I'm going to ask a job of you, Santos. You will go around Twin Rivers and find the others who were able to withstand the smoke. Gather them together by any means necessary. You will be leaving tonight, after dark, in a caravan headed towards the other object. You and the others will retrieve it for us. I fear if I send anyone else, they will simply pass out, or worse. Though you and them have demonstrated a resistance to whatever these things are, we will, of course, pay you and the others handsomely.
I will do what I can.
You will need to, Santos. Get all of them, as many as you can. If they don't agree, you will have to go alone.
Understood.
You may feel free to lie to them. Get them here by any means necessary.
Are you doing that to me right now? Are you lying to get me to do something that you want me to do?
We do not lie to our own. Unless absolutely necessary.
I'm sorry, I think something happened since last night, and I find myself, feeling a little bit different. I know what's at stake. You can count on me.
If you ever need any assistance, we're here for you. Let's keep this between us. It was nice meeting you, Santos. Until your return.
I start to get up.
She just stands up and straightens out her jacket, almost looming over you in this moment. Moves back towards that doorway in the back of the office.
I actually approach her as she starts to move away, and I stop her from leaving, and I look into her eyes. Can I trust you? And then I fall into her arms and give her a hug.
Santos. She doesn't push you away, but she doesn't exactly reciprocate. I can see this is hard on you. I promise to do everything we can to keep you safe. Though we know this will be dangerous. Officer Darian, if you could walk Santos out. Darian quickly gets up from his chair, puts a hand on your shoulder.
I step away from her and I move away from Officer Darian. I slide away from his hand holding my shoulder and I start to head towards the door.
Darian follows behind you. Santos.
I stop.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir.
I see you're going through something, but you cannot fuck this up. A job like this given directly by Carmina means something big. I cannot protect you if you fuck this up.
Understood.
Go find them.
I can't promise that any of them will come with me.
The more of them with you, the safer you will be outside the walls.
Okay. And I start to walk out and make my way towards the finger trap.
You leave the Nightshade complex until ahead of you, you see the finger trap. You know this is in a pretty seedy-ish area of town. Not many people come here during the day. As you enter, you are the first one here.
I do two things that I do all the time. I go straight to the bar, I get a dark ale, and I try to find a booth that is exactly like where I sit at Thanar's.
You find one that's as close as you're going to get, and you take a very specific seat and start drinking.
And I wait.
And for today, that's a wrap.
All right.
2 episodes down and a bunch more to go, but we know you want more. We have our bonus content for you over on the new and improved Patreon at patreon.com/CasParty. You can now get early episode releases.
Ooh.
You can request some NPC names and magic items for our players, and even get to play D&D with me as your DM. Patreon.com/CasParty. Next episode, we await all of the chosen gang at the finger
Oh,
trap.
gosh.
Chosen gang.
Chosen gang.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Whew, okay. Not a bad day, to say the least. I mean, aside from the meteor falling from the sky. I might as well take inventory, go over my sales for the week. I see we have a new guy. He ordered a singing spoon. It's a spoon that hums while you eat. Adjustable volume knob, of course. We have Anne, who ordered the dancing boots. Yes, 90 gold for boots that just make you dance when you hear music. I don't know why she couldn't just use her feet. Dragons ordered the glow-in-the-dark chicken, self-explanatory. Dubward with the invisible ink quill. Quill that writes invisible ink until moonlight is struck upon it. I actually should take note of that one for myself. Sainty Love, the tickle feather duster. It's a feather duster that not only cleans, but also tickles anyone that touches it. Oh, Eric 5, bubble blowing hat. Hat that constantly blows bubbles, creating a whimsical aura around the wearer. I really like this one. Jude had the mood ring goblet. A goblet that changes color according to the drinker's mood. Fancy. Took a bit of work to make the moods right. Some colors were just off. I see Foe Runner got these self-tying shoelaces. Again, self-explanatory. Frankie, miniature dragon heater. A small dragon statue that gently breathes fire to warm up the room. This one's actually handy. It's nice to know that some of my customers are smart. Heather had the laughing lantern, a lantern that emits light, but also a jolly laugh whenever it's turned on. At least it's only the once, and not just randomly laughing. I wonder why she needed that. Bizarre. Isuik with the automatic page turner must be a reader. Tiny little mechanical hand that actually turns the book page for you. God, I'm a genius. Jesky Fire had the giggle pedals. Wild that she paid 12 gold for those. It's just a stone that makes a giggle sound when it's stepped on. I guess it could be used for a trap of some sort. Who knows? Jessie with the echoing echo stone. Stone that repeats what you say, but in a funny voice. That one's my favorite. Jonas had the magic marker cap, a hat that marks anything it touches with harmless glowing ink. The reasoning behind some of these, I'll never know. Like this one, Kaylee. The wiggling wig, a wig that wiggles on its own, mostly used for comedic effect. This one is most perplexing of all. Lady Lorax with the sneeze-activated fan. A fan that only activates when someone sneezes. Not even you, just anyone. Is it to blow the germs away? I don't get it. Lexi ordered the yodeling flask. That one still hasn't come in yet. Can't figure out how to make a flask yodel. Opti got the teleporting tea set, a tea set that moves from place to place within a room at random intervals. I guess it's like a game of musical chairs, but with your actual dining set. At least it's fun. Base Drop had the rainbow ink pot, an ink pot that changes the color of the ink to a random hue each time you dip your quill. Now this one was fun to brainstorm, and I cannot wait to see the painting that comes from this. Bubba had the hiccuping handkerchief, a handkerchief that produces a hiccup sound every time it's used. God, I hope that's for a prank, because that one... Let's keep moving. Ebab Flo ordered the winking mirror. It's a mirror that makes yourself wink back at you when you look into it. A bit of a confidence booster. I liked it. Twisted Abyss had the prankster's parasol. It's a parasol, but it only rains on the inside. That was fun to rig up. And last but not least for this week, we had Slimy with the chuckleberry pie. It's indeed exactly as it sounds. A pie that causes uncontrollable laughter when eaten. I don't know how you can continue to eat the pie when you are laughing hysterically. And also, I'm not a baker. Sorry, Slimy. Good luck.